Senior Head Instructor.
Bow to advance and. Alright. 100 jumping jacks.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100.
Push-up position.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
Yeah, everybody turn around. I want you, on this next set, when you do your push-ups, what makes better punches is not having your hands too close on your push-ups. That's what gets the pinky punches going, right? Because you get used to that feeling, right? Your hands being here, so you end up punching from here. And that always puts the pinky first. So, when you really punch with power and engage your chest as if you were bench pressing, that's how you get the explosion of power. That's how you get knockout power, right? Because you go from here, right, there, or straight, right? You have all that extra range for momentum and engagement, right? So it's not just these short ones from here. They have to come from, right, when you do your jab, it comes past the body. Right? So let's give it a try.
Yes, sir.
So go a little wider than you're used to.
Sir.
Begin.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
And then maybe even a little wider. And then as you get flexibility in your shoulders, I want you to go try to make your chest touch the ground. And just because being able to engage from that range, most people can't do that. Most people can't engage from back here. So it's good if you, even just with your body weight, get it from back here and try to really get your chest to the ground and then engage. Get up, you know.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir, 2,
Yeah.
3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Brings back me. My garage. I'm going to pull up on the corner for being in the bar this time. So I was like this. My forearms were like. Bicycle crunches. First down at 30.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Oh, we started a little early. Sorry.
Okay.
That's why I realized you were running. I was like, he's usually not late. No.
I know, I was like, I really lost track of time there.
Second set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Last set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Sit up.
Yes, sir.
Feet straight out in front. Reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir.
10, sir.
11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir.
2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Bend one leg in.
Yes, sir.
Reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Switch.
Yes, sir.
Then forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
11, sir.
12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir.
17, sir.
18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir.
4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Bottom of the feet together.
Yes, sir.
Bend forward, touch your nose to your toes for as far as you can go.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
11, sir.
12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir.
18, sir.
19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Let's see the ankle legs wide apart. Lift a little up. Natural right.
Yes, sir.
Turn and shift to the other side.
Yes, sir.
Back to center.
Yes, sir.
Seated ankle legs wide apart. Arms up and straight. Reach to one side.
Yes, sir.
Reach to the other side.
Yes, sir.
And reach to both sides.
Yes, sir.
Touch your head to the floor or as far as you can go.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir.
4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Last stretch, feet straight out front.
Yes, sir.
Bend one leg back. So, we are back on the first four, so I started at the beginning. We get to review the 108. So what did y'all, is that what y'all did last class, correct? Voice, hands, arm, body. I want to see it. Take a stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
5 animal salute.
5 animals salute.
2 tigers head to trail.
2 tigers hide the trail.
Say tay top.
Take the time.
Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Beauty looks in the mirror.
Beauty looks in the mirror.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Push the flower up the sleeve.
Push the flower up the sleeve.
1 finger divides China.
1 finger divides China.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Dragon leaps from sea.
Dragon leaps from sea.
Leopard palms the tree. Dragon plays in the water.
Dragon plays in the water.
4 fingers face the sky.
4 fingers face the sky.
Dragon serves a pearl.
Dragon stirs the pearl.
Dragon spits the pearl.
Dragon spits the pearl.
Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Beauty looks in the mirror.
Beauty looks in the mirror.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Push the flower up the sleeve.
Push the flower up the sleeve.
1 finger divides China.
1 finger divides China.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Dragon leaps from sea.
Dragon leaps from sea.
Let's say it again. Dragon plays in the water.
Dragon plays in the water.
4 fingers face the sky.
4 fingers face the sky.
Dragon serves a pearl.
Dragon serves the pearl.
It's just funny watching y'all think sometimes, but
Yeah.
that's funny. Wind punching method.
Wind punching method.
Bring it. Yes. Dragon spits the pearl.
Dragon spits the pearl.
Sweep in front, sweep behind.
Sweeping in front, sweeping behind.
Nice. Raise the sun and moon.
Raise the sun and moon.
Vulture pulls its wings.
Vulture cools its wings.
Double bow spears the flower.
Double bow steers the flower.
Duck traverses water.
Duck traverses water.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Dragon leap. Double dragons leap from sea.
Double dragons leap from sea.
Establish an iron bridge.
Establish an iron bridge.
Soft bridge left.
Soft bridge left.
Soft bridge right.
Soft bridge right.
Keep them out. Hero holds a pot.
Hero holds a pot.
Push them up and try to make them flat as you can. Scoop the moon from the bottom of the sea.
Scoop the moon from the bottom of the sea.
Crane flashes wings.
Crane flashes wings.
Crane folds wings.
Crane folds wings.
Twin daggers cut the bridge.
Twin daggers cut the bridge.
Tiger defends left.
Tiger defends left.
Tiger defends right.
Tiger defends right.
Tiger defends behind.
Tiger defends behind.
Tiger cleans its whiskers.
Tiger cleans its whiskers.
And iron body.
And iron body.
Very good. That looks really nice. Really nice. Now, if you ever at a tournament you want to start the set with that, of course, you know, I always say make sure your salute is crisp. Make sure your this and this. It looks very nice, very crisp. So I want you to turn toward the mirror. Some of it is aesthetic, but like I said, the reason we like the way it looks is because it is an efficient motion. Your body, you know, there's a reason you like it. Okay, so go here. Now I want you to try to bring your elbows in and then really close to you. So always pretend that you're elbowing someone behind you and then have it so tight that you can't see, you don't want a chicken wing out. Now don't hug yourself, so actually put it on your hips. I know some do this, be honest, that's more of a wushu thing, right? When it goes, and then it goes, like all those big motions and things like that. Yeah, that's just, right. Okay, so when you bring it up, just right here is good, but squeeze together and get your posture nice. So you want your fist back a little further on the sash. There you go. You see how you had to drop them a little bit? Because that's a natural motion, that's good. So stay there, boom. And relax. So come here. And you want your hammer fist on you. So you want to bring those, try to squeeze those elbows in. Boom. Yes, you want to see your fist in the mirror. See your pump, pump, pump in the mirror. There you go. You don't have to curve them. You don't have to curve them. Keep them neutral. Good. Okay, relax. So if you don't feel that when you're doing that, you're not doing it quite correct. You want to feel it. It's part of the workout, right? What we're doing is we're correcting your posture. Y'all aren't, obviously thousands and thousands of years ago, people were also sitting down doing whatever they were doing like this. So they made it normal fight to just make you do that, right? So strengthen those muscles, squeeze your elbows together, like somebody squeezing your elbows, yes. Somebody squeezing your elbows together, and you hold that, and the more you hold that, the more those muscles get developed. It really isn't a bother when you do it correctly, right? Same way with anything, right? You do it normally, and your muscles just get used to it. Like as soon as you go like this, you're like engaging the muscles, and they're not that bothered. At least not yet, right? Everybody gets tired. Okay, relax. Now, we're gonna go ahead, yes, sir.
So it is okay to have them like this low, like by your hips?
As long as your elbows are squeezing together. If they're low and they're like this, you look a little too relaxed.
Right, okay.
Now, if I bring them back and I go like that, they know what's right. That looks like right. I don't have to have them all the way up to here.
Okay.
It's my personal, I might be incorrect in that. Might need a grandmaster to correct me. Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? Now, because this is so easy, I want you to do it in front of you, so I'm gonna call it again. Stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Good, there you go. This is your opportunity to practice it. You should see yourself. Say, tay, ta.
Tay, ta.
Now make sure those elbows are still back, because they'll start dangling and float. Everybody does it. Everybody's mind does it. So yank it up, get it on the sash or above the sash, and keep hold it there, because you're about to use your right hand. Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon.
Good. Beauty looks in the mirror.
Beauty looks in the mirror.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Crosswind bends the willow.
Push the flower up to sleep.
Push the flower up to sleep.
Now don't go any further than yourself. Right here, stay right here. Keep that squat. Keep your elbow back, but stay right here. Don't go any further. One finger divides China.
One finger divides
Stay
China.
there. Now push that all the way out. When you come out, one finger divides China, and you remember that flexing thing, that sink the elbow and flex that palm heel out. Do a tiger claw and stick one finger up. That looks nice. That's how you do that. We'll work on this in a second. Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Now stay there. But now I want you to, when you do it, you don't want to just stop here. Remember, do it like you're doing a push-up from the chest. So if I stopped here, my hand has to get parallel with my chest. It needs to come back here. So when you do your press 10,000 pounds, it needs to go all the way back. And you need to tense everything. This is dynamic tension, and I haven't taught on this in a little while, but tense everything, the stomach, everything. What you're doing is you're syncing your motion with your breath. Inhale and then exhale. Exhale, right? Right? This is the internal, which is the Tai Chi aspect of Hangar that we don't always practice, right? So that is a mandatory thing. Have to do it like that, right?
Sure.
Now, elbow in. The elbow should come in, not just straight up. It's elbow in. Remember those elbow strikes we talked about, those quick ones? If we were really close to somebody, popping them in the chin with our elbow, right? So try not to turn the body. Just come in toward your own nose. And then from here, you see how this hand is outside my shoulder, right? You're just going to push down, because the application, if somebody had your wrist, you come up and push down, right? So your fingers went exactly have to be pointed out to the right. Boom, here, and you're going to strike. Straight, nice and stiff. Now look at your strike. Is it even with your shoulder? Yes, efficient with your motion, right? So striking up like this, you kind of lose a little power. It's already coming diagonally, but your shoulder is there. That's supported by your shoulder. So get that efficient. So go from here, and now push straight forward. So my hand's pretty flat. Make your hand flat as you can. Yeah. And then shoot spear straight forward. And check it with your shoulder. Now do it again and try to get it the same. Keep the other hand chambered. Make sure you're not curving the wrist. And shoot. Don't move anything else. Yes. And pull it back. This is the kind of practice that I say do at home. Right? You see how I'm nitpicking your stuff?
Sure.
Do it for yourself. Okay, so here, yes. Now, we're going to drop in. Don't move the rest of your body, go back. Move nothing else, just this arm. So be really stiff with everything else, and then relax long enough to move quickly, and then tense again. Yes, now circle. Slow. stop. From here, you're about to strike straight forward to a punch. Yes, now do it again, try not to move anything else. Go from here, right, and put it in the center of it. Put your hand in the center of it, where your line goes, you zip it. Yes, push it out. And sink the hand like you're putting your hand on top of a, yes. Now from here, sink it down to the waist. Not too far, right to elbow to the hip. Push it out in front still. And you gotta punch weird from here. Yes, elbow. Strike. And then chamber really tight like the other one. Start the next hand. You don't have to go push out, don't push outside the shoulder. Right here's enough. Cross the body, pull it, cross. Fingers are pointed out because you remember you're hooking their hand. And that's that flexing of the wrist. Flex the wrist back and then turn it sideways. Yeah. Now push. Out. That push it out. Keep this straight, keep this straight. Keep the knees bent. Close and pull back. Like you're bench pressing all the way back. Tense. Pull. Push. Pull. Elbow. Toward the nose. Down. Strike. Side to side. Yes, keep everything still but the wrist. And then strike. Wave. Strike. Elbow. Back. Together. Stay here. So feel everything now. Everything the same. Now get ready for your next motion. Make sure your elbows are squeezed together, however you like to say that. Sweep in front. You see how I shift my weight? Shift your weight. Sweep in front. Shift your weight. Sweep behind. Sink. Relax a little bit. Sink these. Raise the sun and moon. Here. Press. Nice and round. Be round. Still be here. One. Duck traverses. Push them out. 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 More. Yes. All the way back. And push. Double. Press. Soft. Did I forget some maybe? No. Pop. See how that is? I'll open it. And then flex those back as much as you can. Cross. Right on top. Make them flat. Wave. Double crossway and there's a willow, essentially. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Strike. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Strike. Pull in. Back. Pull in. Full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and tight. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So you see, if you are advanced, how much different that looks compared to green, orange, when you kind of first learned it. You could perform that and get a good score. Now, if the judges know a little bit of Kung Fu, Kung Gar is pretty popular, they probably know that's the basic part of it. But the way you performed it, they'd be like, oh, man, how detailed that stuff. There's a lot for a master to watch in that, when you do it that way with that stuff in mind. Yes, sir.
I didn't know half of that with the dragging these from sea. Like,
You know,
all I knew was just that, like, you just do that, but I didn't know, like, there was a lot
Yeah.
you said there.
Yeah, it's a strike to the nose, to their nose, if they're really close to you, right? Strike up to their nose, because you can turn your body and get that boom. Real short strike, And so there's that, and then when someone has their wrist, the traditional application, when someone has their wrist and you wanna break, if you go against the thumb, you automatically get power. So if somebody has their wrist and they grab you like this to control you, you come in, you always elbow to hip, that's your strongest point, right, especially if they're big and strong. And then you take this finger, and point to your own shoulder. Once you get there, then you rotate, you push down, and if they're super strong, it doesn't really matter how much their grip they have. They've slipped, and now you have control, you can throw some shots or something. Break that grip. But it's a grip break.
Okay.
Somebody want to sanitize the touch real?
Okay.
Okay. Right. So if you're here, go ahead, boom.
Yeah.
So coming out and pressing down on your wrist, and it only hurts you as long as you try to hold on,
Right.
right? Because now I have that, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom, right
there. Yeah.
Exactly, so that's
Okay.
how that goes, boom, boom, down, quick, and strike. Oh, that was a lot, wasn't it? That's what this is for, so I gave you correction, I wanted to give you time to practice. You got 3 minutes. I'm gonna give you a group, and I want you each to try to do it 3 times, how about that?
Yes, sir.
Let's see, Jacqueline with Mr. Nelson and Mr. Hogan. With Crystal with Jillian and Ms. Hale. Say it again. Yeah, if you still like to face the mirror, that's up to you. You can do that. That helps. Underdog, it helps a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Five animal salute. 2 tigers hide the trail. Okay, time. Press tiger hide the dragon. Beauty looks in the mirror. Crosswind bends the willow. Push flower up the sleeve. One finger divides China. Caress. 10,000 pounds. Dragon leaves from sea. Dragon plays in the water. 4 fingers face the sky. Dragon serves the pearl. Dragon spits the pearl. Suppress the tiger, hide the dragon. Beauty looks in the mirror. Crosswind bends the willow. Push the flower up the sleeve. One finger divides China. Caress. 1,000 pounds. Dragon leaps from sea. Dragon plays in the water. 4 fingers face the sky. Dragon serves the pearl. Wind punching method. Dragon spits the pearl. Sweep in front, sweep behind. Raise the sun and moon. Vulture cools its wings. Double blows spirits of flower. Dog traverses water. Rest. 10,000 pounds. Double dragons leap from sea. Saddle Schneider Bridge. Soft bridge left. Soft bridge right. Hero holds a pot. Scoot the moon from the bottom of the sea. Crane flashes wings. Crane folds wings. When daggers cut the bridge. Tiger defends left. Tiger defends right. Tiger behind. Tiger swings into the whiskers. And then iron body. 5 animals salute. 2 tigers hide their trails.
Now, this group, when you know where the strike, like that's all, and the strike.
Yes, sir.
Take your time. Don't be, especially leaving, don't be nervous about pausing long enough to feel the load, you know what I'm saying? right?
bends the
So,
willow.
say, you're coming from here.
Push the flower.
I say come to center first,
One
because just
finger
like
flex China.
ballerina, so in my eyes, she brings her hands in and goes higher. So if I want to turn faster, it's not fast to do this.
Dragon plays in the water.
Right, my hands are out away
Fingers
from me.
face the sky.
It slows me down. So when I say bring in,
Dragon serves the throw.
so go
Dragon
from
spits
here,
the throw.
come in,
Suppress the tiger, ride the dragon.
shift, and strike at the right time.
Crosswind.
Oh, horse stance. Yeah, try that again.
Push the
It's a
flower
hard
to
one.
sleep.
Try it again. Make it a hard
One
strike.
finger flex China.
Yes.
Yes. 10,000.
I was wondering that. so when I was
Left on top, right
Dragon
on
is
bottom.
received.
It feels awkward, like going
Dragon plays in the
weird.
water.
It's like, oh, just start doing this. Like, so it feels good to have like
Dragon serves the throw.
a place to start.
And there are two strikes. This is a block, a rolling block,
Dragon spits the
just
throw.
like karate. This is a rolling block and a strike
Sweep behind.
with that, right? And so you can do that like a punch.
Vulture cools its wings.
Yes. Yes.
To that lift and press.
Just like lift and press.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same move, but you have to go to a horse.
Duck
Right,
traverses
yeah.
water.
1, 2, 3, stop right, left last. Oh yes, closeness, right.
When you're doing those outside blocks,
The
you're
dragon
not in a tiger claw.
I like keep mine open.
It's like kind of like as you're
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And most of the time, mine are gonna be open for moves like that because those are blocking and guiding motions, they're not grabbing motions. I'm not grabbing with every one. That's why I have stuff like, when I go like this,
Folds wings.
or when I do, leopard breaks the prey, I go. But it happens fast, look.
right. So full speed, you can't tell.
Right. But that happens, you know,
Won't that make it faster too?
it does. But it's
Loose.
Exactly, it's loose, but it's also, loose. It has to be open, you can't use a closed tiger claw, you're gonna miss every time.
You gotta
You
latch
have
on
to
to
be
it first.
open, right? You
Yeah.
have to be open,
It's
so,
like trying to eat with your mouth closed.
right, you're gonna, if it's closed, you're just gonna go across the, or you're
Right.
gonna slip, or you're gonna miss. So you have to
Tiger
open to
pins
get,
behind.
right, so they open and retract, right, don't they open and close? like,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
balls? Yeah, so boom, and then they retract them.
Got it. Okay.
T.
Hey.
Sorry, that, you might have been in the middle of one of yours, but that was time. Take a quick break.
Yes, sir.
It's a block in, so you're gonna block my fist, but you're gonna come in diagonally on yourself. So put your fist back out. So just come diagonally into yourself. Yes, so look, now you punch out. So if I was here, so if I bring my elbow into myself, it just guides you off. Does that make sense? So now think like you're serving a plate. So if you're going here, serve here. To your stomach, bring your elbow into your stomach. Yeah, as close as you can. So here, punching and now, if I'm here, put your fist back out. Now bring that bring that same motion in. Just like you did, like you're serving a plate. Into your center. Yeah, but here. Yes. And then circle. And circle out here. So after you've come to here, circle, keep it away from you. Straight, yep. So out. And you'll try to have it in center of in the center of your, right? So we're here. If they're punching center, you have to block center. So come back like you're serving plate again. But remember, bring your hand to center. Try to come center. Yeah, like that. Right. It's a really, yeah, so as in as you can get it, because you're gonna come in supporting
You're gonna
the
come,
elbow.
he was saying do
Now
it
circle.
flat.
Was it that way?
That's what I understood. I'm sure.
Stop here,
Well,
and
yes.
where it was, put it back in.
There's not a whole lot.
So you're pointing finger to your edge. Yeah, push that out as far as you can.
Because here, hitting.
So keep it soft a little bit. There you go, and then try to make your hands as big as you can. This way. Yeah. Yes, very good. Right, it's just a coordination for muscles, but
Twisting.
if you're here and you come in, boom,
Here.
now
Because
circle,
that's twist towards your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
so stop. Just keep it away from you.
I'm really.
Yes. Bringing it in, yeah, so you bring it in to here,
Takes it out.
not too close, and then you gotta circle, keep it away from you. Keep it away from you.
Oh, I see what
Say
you're saying.
what, grab me, I'll show
Yes. You're welcome. And since we can't do applications, it's hard to get it, but if we did applications, you would be like, oh,
you.
okay.
Turns the other person's wrist around and then you can.
Right?
Okay.
So all these moves that are really difficult, it's like, damn, I
And
just.
then not just to like get kind of reverse it.
Right.
Behind you. Arm down.
All right, y'all come back out.
Makes sense.
How your legs feel? I know holding the horse stance, that's a difficult part of the set.
Yesterday's class and then today, I'm like, man, my legs are.
You're getting that workout, but now y'all understand why it is the way it is. The form itself is structured for building up, right, understanding, and so Master Warren likes to explain this. I'm going to the first day. I don't know if he did last night. He may have. First section is poison hands. Can you do something with this hand while this one's being still, and then do that same thing while this one's being still? Right, you can do that. And then switch back and do the very last move the same. This is a slight struggle for some people who haven't done some things, right? And moving your arms the way you want to move them, correct punches and stuff like that. So now after that, can you do simultaneous things equally with both hands in a stance? Not a moving stance, just a standing stance. Can you hold the stance and focus on movements with it? Now you have leopard, which is what we're about to do here on the field. A leopard, you're going to do moving stances, is what we'll call it now. Moving stance, traveling stances. A set amount, mostly in a horse or bow, right? The first two stances that you learn, horse or bow. And you're going to do a series of switching hands. But you're going to do those same motions on the other side. Diagonally, you're going to come back to center, and then do some finishing motions that only happen once a piece. What comes after that?
Snake, white horse, upper.
Snake.
Oh, yes.
Snake. So snake, we do all of the motions on the same side, one direction. And then we do those same motions on the other side, on the same side, the other direction. So we switch directions, same side, so we don't get confused, right? What comes after snake?
Like,
Now we switch in directions, you learn in corners, you didn't turn, and you didn't start spinning diagonals, corners, and all this cross stepping, and we just now kind of getting the cross stances and pivoting and all that stuff. Now, what comes after?
crazy.
We're gonna continuously switch back and forth from left to right brain. We're gonna do all of these moves on one side, and then we're gonna do the same moves on the other side. And then we're gonna switch back, right, and start one at a time, switching back and forth really quickly, right? And then we're gonna do another set, switching back and forth, more difficult motions, moving stances, crane, right, sinking and twisting, different types of horse stances that you didn't know existed. You know, you couldn't overlook it at first. There's 5 different kinds of horse stances. There's staggered, there's not staggered, there's 60-40, there's 50-50. Imagine. And we're about to get to that. So after crane is the drunken section. All of the motions, you switch back and forth, you're different, they don't repeat. It's very short. And you learn how to sync the legs with the hands, all that kind of stuff, breath, all that kind of stuff. And then now is the hardest one. Who had a coordination issue with this dragon? Everybody. These that I know for sure, these are like the first couple years I did. And then I couldn't teach them as well as I would have liked, as well as I can now, of course. So it's hard to get people to think. So, here, just do this. I was like, Mr. Gates, just do this, it's easy. Adults did not want to hear that. Okay, let's get started. I'll take the stance.
Yes, sir.
Teenager, of course, you stand tall.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna start with leopard. So at the end of iron body right, boom, we bring the feet together. There is a special way to get in there. I'll show you in class if you'd like to know. White horse offers front leg.
White horse offers front
Same
leg.
thing, remember your chamber. Squeeze those elbows together and suppress the tiger.
Suppress the tiger.
Pearl bridge.
Pearl bridge.
Yes. Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Dragon leaps from seat.
Dragon leaps from seat.
Same thing with the shoulder, make sure it's even. Leopard palms a tree trunk.
Leopard palms a tree trunk.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard smothers its prey.
Leopard smothers its prey.
Our hot exits the cave.
Our hot exits the cave.
Cross-cutting bamboo.
Cross-cutting bamboo.
Divide the grass in search of snake.
Divide the grass in search of snake.
Throw a ball. Throw a wave.
Throw a ball. Through a wave.
White horse offers front leg.
White horse offers front leg.
This was a crane side kick, not a crane front kick. Suppress the tiger.
Suppress the tiger.
Come into the body, push out. Into the chest. Yes. Pearl bridge.
Pearl bridge.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Press 10,000 pounds.
Dragon leaps from seat.
Dragon leaps from seat.
Leopard palms a tree trunk.
Leopard palms a tree trunk.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey.
Leopard breaks its prey. Breaks its prey.
Leopard smothers its prey.
Leopard smothers its prey.
Our hot exits the cave.
Our hot exits the cave.
Cross-cutting bamboo.
Cross-cutting bamboo.
Divide the grass in search of snake.
Divide the grass in search of snakes.
Throw a ball. Through a wave.
Through a ball. Through a wave.
PDO. How'd that feel? It's not that hard. Yes, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. So, that's why it's the first four. That's why I said it's the first four. The first four are pretty easy, especially because y'all pay attention, right? I don't have to tell y'all to pay attention. Does anyone need a break? Anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Ride the grass in search of snakes. Snake, right here, I can't see what you're doing. Yeah,
Yes, what's before it?
that's cutting it.
Cross-cutting bamboo.
Cross-cutting bamboo. Divide the grass in search of snakes. Here, I'm coming across my waist, blocking.
You got a tiger phone?
Yep, and it comes up and down. It's that same block that I told y'all about when we did butterfly palms, where that hand blocks and comes down. So it's the same kind of block. Yeah, so I just struck here, and then come across. And then strike. Right. Yes. Does anybody have any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Just also a question about that group. So, is it dividing grass in search of snake or snakes?
This is divide the grass in search of snake. Yeah. Now, there's many translations, you know, sometimes Chinese doesn't always translate well to English. So there's like 3 different lists, and they all have slightly interchangeable English words. So it depends on who's translating. Yes.
So on the throw the ball, is that like maybe going for like somebody's throat or something like that? Or?
Chin, for me personally, I like diagonal chin strikes because the brain can tell you to resist down, the brain can tell you to resist sideways. The brain has a hard time telling you to resist diagonal pushes on your chin. So that's why I always say if you're gonna push, don't push back, push diagonally. All across, try to put their chin over their shoulder.
Got it.
Yeah, so always.
It's already kind of going that way, right?
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And you see all those indentions on the hand are perfect for a chin.
That's smart.
Especially if you got a nice soft palm, but a firm palm, or it's called a cupped palm. So Hungar has a cupped palm, so you cup it. And so we use that for those kind of strikes, and for clapping strikes, as well as for the ear, right? When you want to clap the ear, you make that little crevice, but
Like
you,
that?
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's soft, but I mean, cup is even more like you're trying to drink water.
It's hard.
Bend like you're trying to
Like
drink.
this?
Yeah, and then now open the fingers. That's nice. Right, so as long, see how that makes the,
Yeah.
so imagine if I smack on the ear.
That's a weird, okay, so that's what you're doing when you're doing that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, but don't actually serve a cup, but still focus on that part.
Right.
But essentially, it's a cup palm,
Okay.
which would be great for catching company each end, right, making sure they don't like get away.
Mhm.
Any other questions? I wish you did applications. That was how I was
I have one about the first, crane kick. Is it supposed to be the rock to hips back, kind of, on the first one?
First crane kick.
Oh, what?
No,
Right.
it's a, snap, yeah, scooping. Right, so you actually kind of said the same, white horse on the front leg, once you get here, go ahead, swoop and scoop, just like basics. Snap, ha! That one, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
So, right after that, so you're supposed to just kind of like use that momentum, right, to kind of like, you kind of like smack somebody in the head or something, or like, is that what you do?
Yeah.
You pick them and then they're like, kind of keeled over and then you're like,
Right,
okay.
so make sure that when you're lining that up, it's not a flat strike, it's suppressed tiger high drag, so it should come to center.
Like, it should be on here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because when you go pearl bridge, you gotta think, a bridge of pearls. If you move, right, if you swing a bridge of pearls, what happens? It stays that bow, but it just swings. So your arm has to stay straight, not straight pivot up in and come out.
Okay.
I told you the poem tells you a lot about the motion.
So, because you were saying like it comes in?
Yes, so if you were doing it for real, you'd have to bring it like for practicality, that's why I like to bring up practicality. Yeah, so if you bring that, you have to bring it a little bit so you can get the application as far as the wrist grab goes.
You're trying to get around the grab.
Exactly. Now, as far as you kind of come out a little bit, but naturally mine just, I don't know, this might be a mastermind thing. You know, your teacher you gotta do your stuff and your teacher kind of show you your emotions. Any other questions? It's a good question. I was like, oh, nice. All right, take a break and then come back with your swords.